Thank you, Deputy. Deputy Luke Means Flanagan.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to say I'm not really that disappointed that neither of the appropriate ministers are here, because they never listen to us anyway, and fortunately there'll be an audience watching this outside the House who are far more important than them, and that's who the message is for. I have to give you credit. You have pulled off a masterstroke in this budget, and it will lead to a reduction in unemployment numbers. It definitely will. Brilliant. Really, really smart thing to do. You will reduce unemployment numbers. But what will the consequences be? The unemployment numbers you will reduce will be people in the age bracket 22, 23, 24 and 25. And you will reduce them by running them out of the country. That's how you will reduce it. And that has always been the policy. It was the policy for my family in the 80s. It is now a policy, the same policy for the people in this generation. Now, maybe your logic in cutting these people's welfare, even though you've said there's no core payments have been cut. Sorry, the last time I looked, those people in that age bracket were actually human beings. So how you can say it wasn't cut, I do not know. Now, maybe your logic is to pull a lever to maybe encourage them to go back to work by cutting back on their money, or to encourage them to go into a training place. Well, maybe that's your logic. Well, we have been told by this government that, and this is your target anyways, you want to increase employment by 1.5% next year, which is in the region of 30,000 people. Now, that's your definition of success. I wouldn't deem it as successful. But if you are successful, that's still going to leave well over 400,000 people unemployed. So this lever that you pulled, where do you expect these people to go? You won't be able to get them a job. Many of these people will already have degrees. They'll have gone through training. What are you going to put them on, a communications course, even though they've already got a degree in English? They will have only one route to go, and that is to leave the country. And it is no coincidence, because that's exactly bloody well what you want them to do, because that is your solution. And next year you'll say, look, the unemployment figures are down. If there was a tsunami in Galway tomorrow and the whole population was wiped out, within 2 weeks you would announce how you had reduced unemployment in the Western region with a straight face, because that's what you're doing with the people who have to leave this country. Now, the reason why I couldn't give a damn about the ministers being here or not is because this message is for these young people that you have shafted. While there mightn't be many jobs, there are jobs coming up next May. And I would suggest that one of the reasons why you've cut these people is maybe because they're less likely to vote. Well, not only will I be calling on them to vote next May, but I will be calling on them to apply for all of these jobs that are coming up, because it's their last chance before you run them out of the country. There are 18 of these jobs in community development coming up in Carlow, paying about 30,000 a year, Cavan 18, Clare 28, Cork County 55, Donegal 37, Dublin 63, Dunleary Rathdown 40, Fingal 40, Galway City 18, Galway County 39. And before I go on, by the way, if you start off on 30,000, you can end up being paid what the Taoiseach is paid, about 200 grand a year. 33 jobs available for these people in Kerry. In Kildare, 40, 24 in Kilkenny, in Laois 19, Leitrim 18, Limerick 40, Longford 18, Louth 29, Mayo 30, Meath 40, Monaghan 18, Offaly 19, my own county of Roscommon 18, and by God will we be making sure they apply for those jobs. Sligo 18, South Dublin 40 jobs coming up, 40 in Tipperary, 32 in Waterford, 20 in Westmeath, 34 in Wexford, 32 in Wicklow. 918 new jobs in total on the way for all of those people to apply for. And that's what they've got to do, because there's no point waiting for ye to do it. Not only do you not want to listen to alternatives, even if we provide you with alternatives, you're not here in the first place. So that's what people have got to do. For a century, people have sat back and waited for ye to do it. The Labour Party, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. Well, guess what? It hasn't happened. It's never going to happen. The only way things will change in this country is if people go out there and take them jobs off ye next May, because you have shafted them. And the good news, Minister Quinn, is Labour youth have already put out a press release condemning your shafting of the young people of this country. And hopefully they will leave Labour youth in their droves and join with the people that I'm calling to take these jobs next year and cut the spokes of the political bicycle. And come the next general election, they will be there to lead the change and the charge and to blow very strong winds of change, if they're still here, and take ye out of government, because you are not a socialist. As Deputy Barrett put it so well, no one is surprised with what Fine Gael have done. They are blue shirts, they are fascists to the core. You are meant to be different. Ye were meant to be socialist. In other words, we take care of the vulnerable. What have you done with the vulnerable? You've put some people now into a situation where they'll have to be buried in a paper bag because you won't provide the money for them. That, in my view, is not socialism. And if you're interested in creating jobs, and you seem to think no one has any answers, why don't you do something about the cost of living in this country? The fact that our competition authority is a joke and Richard Bruton will not do anything about it for obvious reasons. Why don't you do something about the fact that local authority rates are at such a high level you'd want to be daft to set up a business? Why don't you do something about the upward-only rent reviews? No, your policy, as usual in this country, is get rid of the unemployed. Don't solve the problem. Dump them out of the country. And then you tell us you didn't cut core social welfare rates. Well, to me, those people are human beings. To ye, they are not. To ye, they were someone who come up with a focus group, shaft them. And guess what? That group for the 5-year-olds and under who are going to give the medical cards to, do you know what? They might come to us. It's about more than focus groups. It's about people. But sadly, we know what you think of them. Get them out of the country. They're a bloody nuisance.